Solo Sikoa betrays Roman Reigns. Randy Orton set to join the Judgment Day at SummerSlam. Brock Lesnar message for his 46th birthday. Mandy Rose opens up about her retirement plans. Legend takes shots at WWE and Dominic Mysterio. The Undertaker gets name dropped in Marvel series. Jey Uso hates beating up his little brother Solo Sikoa on TV, and more. Let's jump right into it. Randy Orton set to join the Judgment Day at SummerSlam. The Judgment Day is one of the most exciting factions on Monday Night Raw. Over the last few weeks, the faction has managed to become one of the most talked about teams in WWE. With the fame and recognition the stable have, anyone who joins them could instantly be a top star. However, there is someone in the company who could join the Judgment Day and add more value to the faction. The star in question is former Intercontinental Champion Randy Orton. The Viper has been off at WWE TV since May 20, 2022, episode of SmackDown, due to a back injury, and is rumored to return at SummerSlam. If this is true, watching him join the Judgment Day would be very interesting. After all, Orton is a master at playing a heel, and he is also experienced in working and winning a faction. Here are 4 potential reasons why Randy Orton must join the Judgment Day. Number 4. Joining the Judgment Day can lead Randy Orton to his 15th world title. The one interesting thing about the Judgment Day is that apart from Dominic Mysterio, both Damian Priest and Finn Balor have had the opportunity to face Seth Rollins for his World Heavyweight Championship. While they were not successful in winning the title, these opportunities speak a lot about them. Considering Randy Orton has been out of the picture in the title scenario for quite some time, joining the Judgment Day could be a perfect plan for the Viper to make his way to Seth Rollins. This could also lead to the 43-year-old winning his 15th world title in WWE. Number 3. Here's a major boost to Raw. If one compares Raw and SmackDown in recent times, most fans would say they enjoy watching the blue brand. One of the major reasons behind it is the bloodline. However, over the last few weeks, Judgment Day 2 have created a lot of buzz on the red brand. Through their segments, they have managed to garner a lot of attention on the Monday Night show. If Orton joins the Judgment Day, this could lead to more eyes on Raw, which will help them in their battle against SmackDown. This is a prospect WWE can definitely explore. Number 2. Mentor Dominic Mysterio, the next big heel. Randy Orton is arguably the best heel in WWE history. During his prime, the Viper had some of the most iconic moments of his career as a heel. One man who could have this experience firsthand is Dominic Mysterio. Ever since hitting Edge and later turning his back on his father, Rey Mysterio, Dominic has become one of the biggest heels in WWE. The boos he generates are unreal, and it is clear that the 26-year-old is reaching the top when it comes to playing a heel. While reaching the top is one thing, staying there is what is difficult. Hence, if Orton joins the Judgment Day, Dominic Mysterio could learn from the Viper about how he managed to stay on top for all the years he played a heel. This could also help WWE in creating Dominic as the company's biggest heel in the near future. Number 1. Shakes tag titles with Finn Balor. Before Randy Orton went on a hiatus due to an injury, he was part of RK Bro, a team that consisted of Mac Riddle and him. Overall in his career, Orton has been a part of many teams and factions. This is why he has experienced so much success in tag team competitions. Considering Damian Priest will have a successful cash-in to win the World Heavyweight Championship, this scenario would leave Finn Balor out of the title picture. Hence, if Orton decides to join the Judgment Day, he and Balor could challenge for the tag titles. The duo would also make a great team considering the respect Balor has for Randy Orton. In an interview from 2020, Balor mentioned that he looked up to the Viper and even called him the best performer in WWE in the last 10 years. It will be a great sight to watch the two compete together. Brock Lesnar message for his 46th birthday. WWE superstar Brock Lesnar turned 46 years old on July 12, 2023, and received a message from Pat McAfee on Twitter. The Beast Incarnate is one of the biggest superstars in the history of WWE. He has done it all in the business over the years and is a guaranteed first ballot future Hall of Famer. On July 12, Brock Lesnar celebrated his 46th birthday and received wishes from all corners of the wrestling world. Lesnar's close friend Pat McAfee took to Twitter to post a clip from last year's interview and wish him a happy birthday. Brock Lesnar is a true one of one. There will never be another, an absolute legend and dog. Happy birthday to the alpha male of our species. Last year, Pat McAfee had the Beast Incarnate as a guest on an episode of the Pat McAfee Show. The duo discussed a bunch of topics in regard to Lesnar's WWE run. Lesnar shared his honest opinion on McAfee and had the following to say. I was a big fan of yours, Pat McAfee. It was an honor to meet you, and I just got a good vibe. How you get a good vibe when you get a handshake, good people. I have to tell you though, you make the show. Friday nights, your color commentary is bar none like the best, said Lesnar about McAfee. Brock is a multi-time world champion, 2-time Royal Rumble winner, King of the Ring winner, and a former Money in the Bank holder as well. At 46, Lesnar is still in incredible shape, and it doesn't seem like he's quitting the business anytime soon. We wish a happy 46th birthday to one of the all-time greats. Mandy Rose opens up about her retirement plan. Former WWE superstar Mandy Rose recently opened up about her retirement plans from the company. The 32-year-old NXT superstar was one of the most decorated wrestlers of all time and had had created an impact throughout the business with her incredible in-ring abilities. Rose was released from the company on the 14th of December 2022 due to her involvement in the fan time page. During one of her Q&A sessions on social media, Mandy answered her fans when they asked about her retirement plan. Rose mentioned that although she is not a part of the business, she didn't retire from wrestling. Mandy detailed, "I don't know if retires is the right word, but I'm not doing it right now. I don't know about the future. Pretty busy right now, doing a lot of things and all is well." So, wrestling veteran Teddy Long recently shared his honest opinion on Rose's current position away from WWE. While speaking in an interview on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine, Long mentioned that although Rose was released from the company, she is doing a lot better than ever. The veteran further added that Rose hasn't quit wrestling yet, which suggests that she might return to the company at some point down the line. "I think Mandy Rose is as happy as she could be. I don't think she's concerned or cares if she works in WWE or not. She's got her own business there and her fan time page, which is certainly on fire. A lot of response on that. Mandy, I think she's as happy as she wants to be in life. As she said, she's not quitting wrestling, so who knows, man. We may see her somewhere down the line," said Teddy Long. It would be exciting to see if Mandy Rose returns to the company or not. Legend takes shots at WWE and Dominic Mysterio. Teddy Long has discussed Dutch Mantel taking shots at WWE and Dominic Mysterio for adding the dirty prefix to the Judgment Day member's name. Mantel was known as Dirty Dutch Mantel back during his in-ring days. Speaking on Sportskeeda Wrestling's Smack Talk, the former manager blasted WWE and Triple H for not informing him before using the prefix. The 73-year-old has also made his unhappiness about the turn of events known via several tweets. However, Teddy Long has interesting advice for Mantel, which he shared on Sportskeeda Wrestling's The Wrestling Time Machine podcast. The WWE Hall of Famer explained if someone said playa on TV, he would be more than happy as it would instantly remind people of him. Teddy Long mentioned that Dutch Mantel must be pleased as his name was still being referenced. "Well, I look at it like this, man. Stay relevant. If somebody gets on that TV and says playa, you're gonna think about Teddy Long. So I don't care. If you could keep your name out there in the game of the name and stay relevant. It's just that simple," said Teddy Long. On the same aforementioned episode of Smack Talk, Dutch Mantel also mentioned how Dominic Mysterio had big shoes to fill after adopting the dirty prefix. He also stated that he was pissed with how things have gone down. "Dom, you got a hell of a name to live up to, so I hope you're up for the task." "I'm pissed," said Dutch Mantel. Going by the recent developments on the Red brand, it's safe to assume Dominic could soon get a shot at Seth Rollins' World Heavyweight Championship. The two went to war in a non-title bout at last week's Raw, which ended in a DQ after Damian Priest interfered at the very last moment. Dominic Mysterio and Rollins were also supposed to compete this Monday night, but it was later turned into a six-man tag team match. What do you make of Teddy Long's advice for Dutch Mantel? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. The Undertaker gets name-dropped in Marvel series. WWE legend The Undertaker was referenced in a recent episode of a Marvel series, which confirms that the wrestling company exists in the continuity of the MCU. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is made up of lots of larger-than-life characters, a trait it shares with professional wrestling. It includes heroes from Spider-Man and Captain America to villains like Thanos and the Vulture. Wrestling also has its heroes and villains, who are called faces and heels. One of the most popular gimmicks in the history of the business, which could easily fit in a comic book, belongs to The Undertaker. The Deadman was referenced in the latest episode of the MCU series Secret Invasion. During the show, War Machine, aka James Rhodes, name-dropped him by saying that he DDT'd Nick Fury off the top rope, Undertaker level. "I DT'd that dude from the top rope." Yeah, it was like Undertaker level. Really impressive. WWE is the largest wrestling company in the world, and over the years, many stars have made the transition to Hollywood. Others got roles in movies but still remained in the company as active wrestlers. Current World Heavyweight Champion Seth Rollins is set to appear in Captain America. Brave New World is first MCU movie. He'll be playing a villainous character known as Cobra. His wife, Becky Lynch, also filmed a role in a Marvel Cinematic Universe movie called Eternal, but the post-credits scene she appeared in was deleted. At Money in the Bank, the man cosplayed as X-Men Mutant Siren. She also wore a Scarlet Witch-inspired costume during her match against Charlotte Flair at Survivor Series in 2021. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins has worn gear inspired by many Marvel characters/groups including Thanos, Deadpool, X-Men, and the Avengers. Which other WWE superstar would you love to see in a Marvel movie? Sound off in the comments below. The Rock may return for a WWE match, but not against Roman Reigns. The WWE Universe has been hotly anticipating The Rock's return for the past 3 years, and now it appears that the Bloodline story has surpassed his inclusion. Following SummerSlam, there may no longer be a Bloodline, and instead, The Rock's WWE return could be a very different story. Over the past few months, Grayson Waller has been part of segments with John Cena and Edge, with the latter even putting him over following their match on SmackDown. Waller has the backing to become someone huge in the company. night, and he recently decided to take a massive shot at The Rock. While The Rock may not be in the best shape of his life, he could be open to making an appearance on the Grayson Waller effect and setting up a match for next year's WrestleMania. The fact that both The Rock and Grayson Waller made their in-ring main roster debuts at the legendary Madison Square Garden is something Waller has ensured that the entire world is aware of over the past few days, and it's clear that the company made this happen for a reason. Could this be the basis for one of the biggest in-ring returns in WWE history? Stone Cold Steve Austin was able to wrestle in the main event of WrestleMania just over a year ago. Could it finally be time for his longtime rival to make his in-ring return? The Rock hasn't wrestled for almost a decade and is still yet to take his place in the Hall of Fame, but that time has to be coming. If Waller continues to call them out on social media, then there has to be an answer. Do you think Grayson Waller could be pushed into a blockbuster feud with The Rock? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. Jey Uso hates beating up his little brother Solo Sikoa on TV. Solo Sikoa and Roman Reigns were subjected to a brutal beatdown at the hands of Jey Uso on WWE SmackDown. The former tag team champion has revealed how it felt to take down his little brother. This week's edition of the Blue Brand witnessed the aftermath of the Bloodline Civil War as Roman Reigns was put on trial by the Usos. However, the tribal chiefs smartly manipulated his cousins before unleashing a full-blown attack along with Solo Sikoa. The heel duo worked together to take out Jimmy Uso, who was stretchered out of the arena while Jey was forced to watch. Main event Jey later returned for retribution against his family members as he brutally attacked Reigns and Solo with a steel chair. The 37-year-old went on to challenge the undisputed WWE Universal Champion to a singles match. The clip of the beatdown was shared by WWE's official account on Instagram, where they said that Jey Uso must have felt good after taking down Solo Sikoa. However, the star revealed in the comments that he didn't like hurting his younger brother. Nah, it didn't, wrote Jey. While the Bloodline once ruled WWE with an iron fist, the group ultimately fell apart after Roman Reigns' desire for supremacy resulted in dissension within the family. The Usos decided to part ways with the tribal chief while Solo Sikoa stood beside him. The two teams faced off at Money in the Bank, where Jey Uso did the unthinkable and pinned Reigns, who hadn't suffered a pinfall loss in 3.5 years. Solo also sent an emotional message after facing his brothers in the main event. So many emotions before and after, but I'm very thankful and happy I got to do it with family. This was my WrestleMania moment I will never forget, said Sikoa. Jey Uso is likely to face Roman Reigns at WWE SummerSlam, which could also be the end of the Bloodline saga. Solo Sikoa betrays Roman Reigns. Solo Sikoa needs to challenge a 25-year-old superstar at WWE SummerSlam to prove his worth to the Bloodline. Undisputed WWE Universal Champion Roman Reigns has seen the Bloodline fall apart under his leadership over the past few months. The tribal chief grew disappointed with the Usos following their undisputed tag team titles loss in the main event of Night 1 of WrestleMania 39 against Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa attempted to bring the titles back to the Bloodline at Night of Champions, but Jimmy Uso's interference led to Zayn and Owens retaining their championships. Jey Uso has already challenged Reigns to a title match at WWE SummerSlam, as Sikoa could issue a challenge of his own in the weeks ahead. Austin Theory is the current United States champion, but is relying on outside interference from Pretty Deadly. Solo Sikoa could take the United States Championship away from Theory at SummerSlam as a way to prove his worth to the Bloodline and impress Reigns. However, if Reigns loses the undisputed WWE Universal Championship and Sikoa becomes the only member of the Bloodline with gold, the 29-year-old would have a very compelling argument to be named the next tribal chief. The Enforcer would benefit greatly from winning the United States Championship, and the title would instantly seem more important if it were associated with the Bloodline. Jimmy and Jey Uso did the unthinkable at Money in the Bank on July 1 in London. The Usos battled Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa in a tag team match labeled the Bloodline Civil War. During the closing moments of the bout, Jey Uso connected with a low blow on Reigns and followed it up with a couple of super kicks and a Uso splash off the top rope to pin the champion for the first time since 2019. Speaking on WWE's YouTube channel in an interview ahead of Money in the Bank, the Usos claimed that Solo Sikoa would eventually leave Roman Reigns and the Bloodline behind as well. Solo, why wouldn't you want to align yourself with the top, the champ, Roman Reigns, the best of the best? That's what he's doing. He's under that learning tree. Man of very few words. He'll smarten up. He's gonna smarten up just like we left his ass. Solo's gonna get smart too and leave his ass too. Cause that's what Roman's been doing lately, mistreating us, man, to stay on top. The Bloodline storyline has been one of the most compelling stories ever told by WWE. It will be fascinating to see what the next chapter holds at SummerSlam in Detroit on August 5. Do you think Solo Sikoa will eventually replace Roman Reigns as the tribal chief in the Bloodline? Sound it off in the comments section below.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head, I'm seeing. Take